What's up people, Caysem here. We're walking through a 30-minute at-home workout with the toner. And we're actually gonna be using a medium toner and a light toner and our foam door anchor. So to get this set up, we're gonna feed this through. And what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna make sure this is even, so when I throw this through the door, it's gonna be even resistance on both sides, just like that. So for setup, opening the door, we're gonna close this guy in, just like that. Give it a tug, and now we're set up. So the workout consists of 2 groups, and it's gonna be focused on muscle building and muscle toning. So we're gonna jump right into it. It's gonna be 40 seconds of work, 20 seconds of rest. All right, so the first exercise we're gonna do is gonna be a chest press. So chest height, whatever that is for you, you wanna make sure your door anchor is set up for that. We're going 40 seconds. Directly out in front of you. Cues here, you wanna make sure that your elbows are in line with the Slastix. You don't want anything like this, right? And what we're doing here is we're gonna be pushing out, really gonna get a good squeeze at the top of this movement, in the chest and in the shoulders. Okay, rest. The next exercise we're gonna be jumping into is a row. So the anchor is gonna stay the same. And the way that the workout is set up is it's gonna be a push-pull. So after any push, we're gonna go into a pull exercise to keep things balanced. So we're gonna go row, we're gonna be working the opposite end of the body. So setting up, big squeeze at the top, and we're gonna be pumping this out. The big deal here is that as you work any push exercise, you don't wanna neglect any of the pull muscles. So all of the back musculature actually supports all of your pulling movements for stability and also keeps your joints healthy. And with all of this, if this is too easy for you, you can always back things up and access more resistance. Very nice, rest. The next one we're gonna do is a overhead press. I'm gonna move this anchor, and I'm actually gonna tuck it in right underneath this door right here. We're gonna get it centered. Just like that. And we're going. So this one's directly overhead. I'm gonna be working way more of the shoulders than that chest press. And you just wanna have your elbows in line with the line and pull. And when I say line and pull, we're just talking about where that resistance is actually coming from the resistance band. And your goal here is anywhere from 10 to 30 reps. It's all gonna depend on your strength level and the band that you're using. Rest. All right, now we're actually gonna go back up top. Okay, this exercise is a lat pull. So again, we just finished a pressing exercise. Cues here is you're gonna be pulling down with your lats, straight arm, and getting a nice squeeze at the bottom. You can see I'm angling my torso a little bit. That's just so I can properly position my body to get the best contraction out of this movement. Last couple reps. Great, rest. Okay, we're gonna keep the same anchor point, and we're gonna turn around and face away from the anchor. And we're gonna do a chest fly. So you're gonna step it out a little bit, and on this chest fly, you're gonna really wanna squeeze at the bottom. So right here, big squeeze. We're gonna wrap this out. This will be the last movement. And then we're gonna jump into 2 more rounds of this. So as you move through this, you'll get a little warmer. You can up the intensity. And after the 3rd round, we're gonna take a 2-minute break. Rest. Okay. Okay. Right back to the chest press. So this first group, this first group is based around a lot of big compound movements. So with compound movements, you're gonna be working a lot of muscles at the same time versus like doing a isolated movement like a curl or a tricep extension where it's just one particular muscle. This is gonna work all of them at the same time. You're gonna get more bang for your buck. Rest. You should be feeling it and be pretty excited to hit the opposite muscle group at the end of each set. It's kind of letting your push muscles, right, rest while you're still getting work in on the opposite side of the body. Here we go. On this one, think about driving your elbows back as far as they go and pinching those shoulder blades together. And if you're really on it, you can keep track of how many reps you're getting and try to beat yourself in the next set. Nice. You're gonna set up that overhead press. And for some of you taller people, this overhead press might max out with the sleeve length. If that's the case, you can always do this kneeling. That way you can take some of the height out of your range of motion for the band. And if you get to a point where you start to burn out, you can always take a second, hit a rep, take a second, hit a rep. Okay, moving on to the next exercise. And these quote unquote rests are more just for transitions. We're gonna close this in. We're gonna move to that lat pull. Set it up, here we go. Big squeeze. Right now I'm feeling that burn. That's the whole point of this whole workout. Big upper body pump. Engage all the muscles in that upper body. In a really holistic manner. So we're trying to hit all of the muscle groups so you can turn around and do a lower body movement the next day or later in the week. Okay, here we go on that chest fly. And on this one, if you find a little bit of discomfort in your shoulders, don't go back as far. Or you can try changing the angle. So you don't always have to do it from a high angle. It can be from a mid-level, and that might feel better for you. Last couple reps. Okay, shake it off. We're going to chest press. Okay, this is gonna be your last round of big compound movement, so we're gonna push it a little bit. You step it out a little farther than I normally do. I'm gonna rep it out. Okay, if you slow down, that just means you're reaching muscular fatigue and you're trying, which is good. See, I'm getting to my last couple reps. Whew. Okay, going into the row. And this row feels so good after all that pressing. Okay, same thing. I'm gonna set it up a little farther back than normal to finish this off strong. Okay, ready? Let's get it. That's how you know the workout's good, is when it gets quiet. Everybody gets really serious on what they're doing. Keep going. Remember, we're going into that press next. And the press, for me, is the hardest one. Just because it's actually getting the most amount of stretch for me for the range of motion of this band. You might have an exercise that's giving you more of a workout. Pay attention to that exercise. That's the one that you need to give extra special attention to. Here we go. Overhead press. Really feeling it in those shoulders. Last couple reps. Very nice. Okay, I'm excited for this big lat pull. The workout itself is designed so you can really push it on one movement and immediately jump into another movement and still be fresh, because I haven't hit a pulling movement for a second. So now I'm ready to go on this. I'm gonna finish this strong. Last couple reps on this one. I'm gonna hold it right at the end, hold the position, and rest. Okay, last set of chest flies. I'm gonna step these guys out. Finish strong on this. This one's not necessarily a compound movement, but you're gonna get a lot of bang for your buck on this, so here we go, last one. I'm gonna angle my torso a little bit, lean into this, get a nice big squeeze at the end here. Remember, right after this, 2-minute rest. Woo! All right, good job on group number 1. Take your 1 to 2 minute rest, and I'll see you back here for group number 2. Okay, group 2. 2 things change in group 2. First of all, we're moving to a light resistance toner. And second of all of the exercises are going to be focused around smaller muscle groups and isolating those smaller muscle groups to build up imbalances and weaknesses. So we're going to start off. You're going to have a high anchor point, and we're going to go the same format where it's push, pull, push, pull. All right, so we're going to be starting with a face pull. So high anchor point, you're going to face the anchor, you're going to pull it back. So cues here, as you can see I'm angling the handles a little bit. I want my thumbs to basically point backwards. And as I do this, I'm pinching my shoulder blades behind me. So you should be feeling this all in the upper back, a little bit in the shoulders. And this is a great movement to build stability, strength, and shoulder health, especially for the upper body. You can see I'm kind of going slower. This second group is not really about total work. It's more about engaging the right muscles and building that body, right? So the next exercise is actually going to be a tricep extension. So you're still going to face the door. You're going to set it up facing, and we're going to be hitting the back of the arm, the triceps. So you're going to look like this, just like that. So cues here, slight angle of the torso. I'm going to squeeze at the bottom, make sure I'm squeezing those triceps at the lockout. And you're just going to go slow and make sure you're engaging those muscles. This is gonna be good because in the first group, we pre-fatigued everything. We did a lot of work, did a lot of moving, and now we're gonna take care of the little movers that support all those big movements. Okay, rest. The next exercise, we're gonna drop this anchor, and we're gonna go down to a low anchor point. Just like that. And we just worked the back of the arm, the tricep. Now we're gonna take care of the biceps. So facing away, start this rep, we're doing bicep curls. And again, making sure I'm actually engaging as best I can, as best as you can, the biceps. So if that means going slow, do it. If it means hang out at the top for a big squeeze, do that. You're just gonna put a lot of blood and pressure onto those little muscle groups. What's nice about the toner versus like a barbell is that it's independent. So if my left arm is weaker or your left arm is weaker, you're gonna feel it. Okay, we're gonna keep the same anchor point. We're gonna go to the shoulders now. So we're gonna be performing a frontal raise to really build up the front part of these shoulders. So you'll set it up. This one will be a little more intense, but same idea. Bring it up, back down. Cues here, you want shoulder blades back, straight arms. You don't want to be shrugging, right? You want to just be straight, good posture, and lift only with those shoulders. Remembering that we're going to be doing this 3 times through, so don't go all out at the first because there's a lot of work to be done. Rest. Okay, now we're actually going to bring it back up to the top anchor point. We're gonna wrap off this group. With some back flies. So right here, here. Again, another great movement for the upper back. And what I'm doing is straight arms. I'm squeezing those shoulder blades together as I come back. And you can tell I'm not going all the way forward. You can, but what happens if I back up, it gets really heavy at the end range, which is okay, but this session right now is about properly engaging those little muscles and building them up. Rest. Ooh, I'm feeling it. Now we're gonna keep this same anchor and we're gonna move right to the top. Right from the first exercise, which is face pulls. So setting it back up, gonna go back to that face pull and start. A little bit of a different vibe from the first group, but going all out is not necessarily what gets you stronger. It is when you're trying to put in work and move weight and get a lot of work done. But some of these supporting structures help build overall strength. I don't know about you, but I'm welcoming the addition of this light band. Some of these smaller movements will be hard to do properly with good form with the heavier band. So, same anchor point, we're gonna hit that tricep extension. Remember, we're working the body in a universal fashion where you do a pull, you gotta do a press. Keep things balanced. So, last time we had the handles like this. We're pressing down, we're gonna change it. Handles just like this. This is more of a neutral grip. It's just gonna work the tricep a little differently, hit a different head of the tricep. Remember, if you really wanna know if you're actually using that muscle, hang out at that end range or go slow and you'll start to feel it. Last couple reps. Done. Okay, now we're gonna drop it down to the low anchor point. Here we go. Remember, it's not bad to get a squeeze at the top. Last couple reps. Done. We're gonna go back to that frontal raise. For me, the frontal raise is the hardest one, but getting that lock out at the top is really gonna help build strength in the shoulders, right? So take your rest. It's coming. Okay, let's fire it up. For some of you, if this starts to bother your shoulder, remember you can drop it down and go here. It'll put less tension on the band. Great. Okay, now we're gonna go back to that back fly. What's nice about this back fly is that you're already set up at the top. So when you go through to start the group over, you're gonna change the anchor. Now we're getting a little lazy. That's not the point of it, but okay, here we go. Back fly, big strong squeeze, slow back. And on this one, there's no need to overextend. You just want to go right to basically in line with your ears. You don't want to go way back here. That's not going to do good things for your shoulder. Remember, this is building structural integrity in the body. No need to overextend things. Same with this one. If you needed to walk it closer to do it, you totally can. Okay, we're going tricep extensions. We went overhand, we went hammer. Now we're gonna rotate that hand like this and go like that, okay? So I'm gonna hold it like this, and we're gonna go. Remember, big squeeze at the bottom. It should feel a little different, but also similar. The reason we're switching grips is just to work those triceps at different angles, in different ways, those muscles are not used to, building up any imbalances that we've got. Nice. Take that rest. We're gonna drop it down to the low anchor point. Remember, this is your guys' last set. So depending on how you're feeling, you can kick it up a notch if you want. I'm really feeling these curls. I'm gonna step it out. And I'm gonna get a big set here. A little faster, put in a little bit more work. I'm feeling strong in this exercise. So we're gonna take advantage of that right now. And ultimately, you'll probably reach a point where you have to back it down, and that's fine, you just move it back. Okay, rest. Now we're gonna set up for that frontal raise. Again, the option here is that you can do it kneeling. The last one was actually bugging my shoulder a little bit. That's normal. Like you can do something in the gym or in your workout and you might get a little tweak. There's no point in stopping training. So we're gonna come right down here, right to kneeling. I'm still working that shoulder just at a lighter resistance. If it still bothers you, you can always move to a neutral grip. So here, this is a safer position for the shoulder. It works all the same muscles. Rest. Ooh, okay. We're gonna set it up for that last and final back fly. Okay, here we go, last one. Remember, if where you're at right now is just here, you can get a good workout. So I'm just gonna hang out right here and really emphasize the back half of that back fly. And what's gonna happen is, eventually, if this is where you're at, you're gonna get stronger there to the point where you can still come back. You can still get full back flies, right? But even right now, we've done a ton of work today. You guys have done awesome. Done. All right, that's a good workout, guys. Good job at home. Remember, that was a total body workout, so you should be feeling it in your chest, back, shoulders, tris, bis, lats. It's a great one for total upper body strength and muscle building. So, hope to see you guys again. Check out the rest of our follow along workout home series, and we'll see you next time.